In today's news, John Wingate, the bank's social CEO, recently met with the Ripple team and he confirmed none of us crypto holders, XRP holders, none of us are bullish enough for what is about to take place. The shift we are about to see, the role XRP will play. With documents confirming that Ripple already acts like a central bank, similar to the likes of JP Morgan Chase & Co. Such a big deal that it's inevitable, in my belief, not financial advice of course, that XRP is going to become this new world reserve currency. And it looks like, in a shocking announcement, Europe are getting ready for the next major step, and a slightly different approach to Americas as well. But both America and Europe are accelerating their developments, and XRP will be an integral part of this new system. Over $7 trillion. A game changer is on the horizon, and if you don't want to miss out on the incoming opportunity, then come learn much more here in the VIP group, wap.com/coin factory. From alpha institutional research documents, educational courses, buy and sell alerts, so much more trying to capitalize in this market. Check it all out for 7 days free down below in the description. Check it out, and I hope to see you all there. Now, segueing back into the video, we can see here in this post from Crypto Barbie, John Wingate recently had a meeting with the Ripple team. He said it was a great meeting, one of the greatest meetings in the history of international settlements. He states that Hedera HBAR is still a huge part of the strategy, however, now so is XRP. Very big news, and the final nail in the coffin here, the icing on the cake if you will. He closes his post by saying that you are simply not thinking big enough. So think big, and then once you've done that, then think 1 billion times bigger. Which is absolutely insane for him to say that. The market XRP, as we should know it, is tapping into the opportunities that XRP will provide. These people know what's going on right now. They're in the inner circles right now. They know the corridors and doors that Ripple's about to open up with XRP. They are so much bigger than we could have possibly imagined, which goes to show just how lucky we are to be holding XRP below $10, $5, even some of us holding below 50 cents before the lawsuit developments. We are truly blessed to be holding XRP when it's still so undervalued right now. XRP is about to tap into every financial market and lead this space, and the next significant push for XRP and crypto will be the integration of US stablecoin legislation, which we can hear in this interview with Scaramucci, that passing this bill is going to be a total game changer. Blockchain, so obviously therefore XRP and the XRP ledger is going to save globally $7 trillion, which is insane. Listen very closely.
I'm curious where you land on stablecoins, because it feels like that is the next sort of place this all moves.
Well, so I'm a big fan of stable coins. I think that you'll lower the cost of transactions globally, and you'll help the unbanked, Andrew, with the advent and the proliferation of stable coins. I also think it helps dollar supremacy, because if you look at these stablecoin companies, whether it's Circle or Tether, or you pick other stablecoin companies that are growing, in their reserves, they own a lot of U.S. dollar-denominated assets, specifically U.S. Treasury. I think Tether, I think it was reported that they own more treasuries than Germany or Japan in terms of the inventory of treasuries on their balance sheet. So to me, the legislation is going to allow us to increase that. I think that's better for the dollar, but I also think at some point, you'll come to the Hunt and Fish Club, you'll pay with a stable coin, and you'll avoid the 3.5% credit card fee. And I think that's sorely overdue. I mean, there's approximately $7 trillion of money that's spent globally on verification of transactions, which includes credit card fees, wiring fees, all these different things that we're using. And if you can cut that down using stable coins, using the blockchain, I think we should be doing that. And I will applaud the administration for wanting to advance that. The last administration, they were making specious arguments about why we shouldn't advance that. And so I do give the administration credit for wanting to make this technology stick here in the United States to enable the United States to maintain its mantle of financial services leadership.
It goes without saying this is a very big deal, of course, but it's bigger than that. Better still, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent confirmed that passing this bill, the stablecoin bill, is just the start, just the beginning. We're going to see so much more from there. Take a listen.
Are going big on digital assets. So Trump administration has made digital assets a priority. Past administration starved and almost made extinct a lot of these companies and pushed it offshore. So what we want to do is apply the highest U.S. regulatory and AML standards to digital assets, especially stable coins. And I've seen estimates that just over the short term, stable coins could create $2 trillion of demand for U.S. Treasuries and Treasury bills. To put that in context, the number is probably about $300 billion right now.
So once more, just again, trying to prove to you here as the listener how early we are. The adoption of crypto we are about to see is only going to accelerate from here. How can you not be bullish on crypto on XRP? But of course, you don't have to take my word for it. And equally, you don't have to take American politicians' word for it either, because technically speaking, in America, they're still playing catch-up right now. So in that regard, therefore, take a very close listen to this shocking announcement here from the European Central Bank President Christine Lagarde, who confirms that all European institutions will be involved to make sure Europe is equipped with the currency of the future, to make sure all of Europe is using digital cash. Crypto technology, therefore cryptocurrencies. Take a very close listen.
The digital euro is on the move. Yesterday, the Governing Council of the ECB approved the opening of the preparation phase. It will be a journey, and we will walk the journey together with the legislator. All European institutions will be involved to make sure that Europe is equipped with the currency of the future. Cash is here to stay. You will have all options, cash and digital cash. So what does it mean for you? For consumers, it would be free and easy to use everywhere in the euro area. All of that, of course, is subject to the legislative process. Cash or digital, the choice will be yours.
Now, this is a very big deal because currently Europe, they are the ones leading the digital asset space in regulatory frameworks and adoption thanks to their MiCA. Need I remind you as well that Ripple and XRP, they are a proud member of the Digital Euro Association. And there are even documents proving that Europe's CBDC model they're aiming to release has been based, developed and structured with the help of Ripple and their financial model, again, as a central bank already acting as a central bank. So they're helping Europe go in the right path to building their CBDC. So now we should understand we have two frontrunners, two leading powers, being the United States and Europe, who are trying two very different approaches to dominate the crypto space. As the document from Smoke here highlights, CBDCs, digital euro, will be dominated in Europe. Stablecoins will be dominated in the United States. We can see in the top part here for the US, every stablecoin in circulation indirectly fuels demand for US debt. This is why the United States won't outright ban stablecoins, but will work to shape and regulate them in a way that ensures they remain a net positive. But expect tighter regulations, but also incentives for stablecoin issuers to stay compliant under US jurisdiction. And then when we see through Europe here a complete other side of the coin here, Europe is playing a very different game. The MiCA regulations, strict requirements on Euro stablecoins shows that the European Union, they aren't trying to compete with the US stablecoins, but they're trying to limit their influence while preparing its groundbreaking digital Euro cbdc. So two very different approaches here. The question is, who's going to come out on top? Very shocking announcement here from Christine Lagarde once more about how close they are and what they're looking to do. So who's going to come out on top, America or Europe? For me, I would prefer a less restrictive environment, which in this case would be America. But at the same time, what does it matter? What does it matter? Maybe both will live in harmony, because it doesn't matter for me either way, because XRP is at the center of all of this. America, parts in the Middle East and Dubai, Africa, every single region in the world XRP is deeply ingrained into. This is why I'm so incredibly bullish on XRP, and at this point all we're doing is just counting on the days until the next significant crypto rally and XRP price explosion when Bitcoin will push off as well. All the pieces are in play, the foundations have been laid, and the next move, apparently according to Fidelity's analyst, is imminent. Take a very close into the video.
And as you can see from this chart, there's been a lot of price changes since 2009. If we look at the y-axis on the left, prices moved from like under $1 over 10 years ago to now around $100,000. One major takeaway that I would call out is that historically, the acceleration phases that you see in this chart are correlated with the 6 to 12 months that we get post a Bitcoin halving. And this is typically when supply gets squeezed and there's a bit of a supply shock, and we typically witness a upward trend in price.
Okay, so that's a lot of change in not a very long amount of time.
The incoming opportunities, again, they are 1 billion times bigger than you realize. So if you want to learn more and stay up to date, then come check out the VIP group, do your own research, and as always, don't look short term, think long term, and I'll see you in the next one.